SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Gather around, SoundOffers. Get close in. We need some kumbaya going on. Don't get me started. Get right on the far end. SoundOff from Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. So glad you can join us. All right. Here's what we have. We have the Dennis Allen era as the Saints head coach mercifully ended. Here's what we don't have. Here's what we don't wave too much of the white towel. He gave up. Here's what we don't have. We don't have Kevin Guidry on tonight's show whining and complaining about LSU being underachievers.
We won last week.
Because they didn't play.
We got a W.
All right? We don't have that.
Hey, we got a W.
That's what we don't have. What we do have is we're going to take a deep dive in both the McNeese Cowboy football win and the Cowboys basketball team starting the season over. We do have that. What we also don't have is the man in the middle, Scooter Hobbs, harping about LSU's colors and uniform combinations.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank goodness we don't have that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We need
but anyway.
Yeah.
We will get in that in
Can
ensuing
we get to the
weeks.
main subject?
All right, the main story, here we go. All right. Yes, 2.5 years. Dennis Allen fired earlier in the week. It felt like 10. We knew it was coming, but this is the first time that this franchise has done a true mid-season firing since 1985 Dick Nolan. Gail Benson surprised me. She did. She surprised me with this move.
No.
Well, it
That'd
wasn't
be
Gail.
75.
85.
Look,
Dick Nolan won there in
It's
85.
85. Yeah.
go
ahead.
Let me say this, guys, and be honest. Look, this was something that was long overdue. But let me say this.
Yeah.
Dennis Allen, he's going to end up somewhere else.
He's a coordinator.
A great defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Rick, some guys are just not meant for head coach. But let me say this. When you got players in the locker room taking shots at their head coach, you know it's time to get rid of him, Rick. And do you know what I mean when I say
they
that?
kind of a little under the radar.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
I
Rick.
got you.
Well, in the NFL, the inmates do run the asylum.
At times they do, don't they?
You got
let
players.
me
Chime
say
in.
this. Whether they wanted to fire him or not after yesterday's game, they had to.
They had to.
had no choice.
I thought as much as, I'm probably exaggerating, but only a hair, as much as any NFL game I have ever seen, coaching cost them that
It did.
game.
It did.
And if they had come into that with a 500 record, I would have fired him the next day.
Let me tell you something.
You just,
They
I
wouldn't
mean,
have.
how many, it was like he wanted to get fired because, I mean, Carr didn't play great, I'll grant you that.
Right.
But, the Saints played hard. Their defense was pretty much okay. But every coaching decision in that game, I'm not looking at it in hindsight, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then Clint Kubiak was a part of that too, this new OC. But
Yes.
it wasn't just that game. It was the culmination of these last 7 games.
Wasn't
But I
that
don't
game,
think
Rick?
they
No.
went to Carolina saying if he loses, he's fired.
No.
Rick,
But the way that game played out,
the way that one played
they couldn't look fans in the eye
could
anymore.
not.
when you look at Carolina and you look at the Saints and you say to yourself, even if they would have won, was that really a win?
Yeah, they're a pretty bad team. They're very
They're an
underrated.
awful team.
Yeah.
The
All right.
Saints were the best. Where's that famous stat? Have you seen it? It's like they outrushed them by 150 yards.
Oh yeah.
They won the turnover battle.
No turnovers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole works. NFL teams that had done that this century were 275 and
It's unprecedented.
now they're 275 and 1.
And Kamara, 41, 215 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Can you
And
believe
you
that?
don't win
Kamara's
that
playing
game?
his butt off.
He is.
Can you
he is.
believe that?
All right, so here's a basic number here. 18-25 as head coach of the Saints, 2.5 years. 8-28 as the Raiders head coach. All right, so it wasn't there. The performance wasn't there. Allen, if he was sitting here, he would admit it. He didn't do a good enough job. He nor the rest of the coaching staff. He and the players now have to take accountability. And this special teams coach, Darren Rizzi, is the interim coach. What did he say at his press conference earlier in the week? I am an accountability man. That's what his mantra is. We're going to hold people accountable.
I will be honest, I'd never heard of it.
Well, he is well respected and well known in NFL circles for his specialty.
Does he have any chance? I know we ought to talk about this Thursday, but
we'll see if he wins some games. Thursday we might get into this.
I don't think that would sate Saints fans.
He's a long shot. Darren Rizzi, but if you watch his press conference,
I don't know.
He's an impressive guy. It's, I'm an accountability guy. I'm passionate. You want passion on the sideline? You're going to get it from Darren Rizzi. You want passion, and he says we're going to have a
that would definitely be a change.
That would be a change. And he says we're going to reevaluate everything as he should. All right. So what was Dennis Allen's main downfall? It wasn't his lack of fire and passion. What was his downfall? What do you think? Do you really think that?
Well, I mean, you got to be yourself.
You got to be yourself. You always say that. You preach that. What was the downfall?
Rick.
What's in the NFL, former NFL guy?
For me as a former player,
I
feed off my coach. If my coach is sitting on the sideline like a certain LSU coach, but I won't call his name or nothing like that, though, my players cannot get fired up and want to play for that person. You got to have players to want to play for their coach.
So you think,
look at the coach in
you
Detroit.
Think this team?
These guys will walk through a freaking brick wall.
You
for
think
this
this team, especially this year, didn't want to play for Dennis Allen? That's what you're saying.
They didn't want to play for him, Rick. I'm being honest.
Okay.
I know you're talking about your buddy Bill Armstrong.
I run through a wall for him.
I know, but he wasn't real.
No,
fiery,
but Scooter, it's the way he looked at you and the way he talked to you.
Well, he demanded respect.
Exactly.
Demanded.
And all he had to do was look at
That's all.
Kevin would melt.
Let's get on something that we might have been the first in the state to bring this up 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Some ownership has to fall on GM Mickey Loomis. For the state of this roster.
He's still there.
And he will probably be. He's got a great track record to a degree.
I almost wonder if this is the mechanism. Yeah, and he does have a track record.
He does.
No, he does.
He's been some ups and downs.
Yeah, he does.
Whoever made the call, and I assume it was him on Dennis Allen.
Oh, it was him.
Failed miserably.
Gail Benson.
But I wonder
if this midseason firing, I wonder if that's a chance to get Loomis more established to make the next hire. I mean, Gail Benson.
Well, you're giving him enough time.
No. I mean, I think he was instrumental in deciding to retain Dennis Allen. I don't know. Gail Benson obviously had a huge role in this. There were reports that she was meeting with players privately.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bad sign for the coach.
It was Scooter.
So
some of the players was voicing their opinions on national television.
Mickey Loomis has to take ownership of some lousy drafts recently, the no trades, holding players too long, Michael Thomas. There are many. He needs to take part ownership. He needs to stand up and say, part of this is on me too, because that roster is in shambles. It doesn't matter now. It is in shambles. You're right there.
I don't think it's as bad.
It's in shambles. Not only from injuries.
They had a ton of injuries.
All right.
They did have
no
injuries.
excuses there. We'll get more on Mickey Loomis maybe next segment or Thursday show. Take our first pause. More of Sound Off LSU Alabama.
All right.
It's that week. It's coming up.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurb. When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're back at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles, the iconic, legendary name in sports betting. That would be Caesars. They're open every day except Tuesday and Wednesday. Remember that. You can sign up for the Caesars reward card, go on the Caesars and get the Caesars Sportsbook app. You get that $500 wager in, and you will automatically, it'll just appear on your doorstep, an exclusive Houston Texans polo shirt. Texans are still, they're still for real. They're still for real. Watch out for that. All right here. Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. All right, Alabama is coming to Baton Rouge. Primetime game, 6:30. 6:30, ESPN production at Tiger Stadium.
Game day.
For the first time
Game
since
day.
Game
Game
day,
day,
college
First
game
time
day.
since 19.
Yeah,
I didn't
since the
realize
national
that,
championship
when they
game.
played Florida.
All
Game day.
right, look,
Not
we'll get into
game.
more of that later on in the week. All right,
With game day there, you know who that means will be there.
you're stealing our thunder. That's for Thursday's show.
I
I know
just mentioned
Thursday.
it.
Nick Saban.
Nick
I got
Saban.
Thursday. We'll get it.
Dog it.
Huge game, guys.
Scooter?
Simply put, we talked about it last week. We nailed it down. This is an elimination game. Loser is
yeah.
out, and they're thinking
Yeah,
about
you
a
know,
bowl game.
Kelly didn't
Yeah.
really want to talk about that aspect of it.
It's out.
You know, you treat it like any other game
No,
that
you don't.
want to win, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
you
blah.
don't.
But
Blah, blah.
yeah, I mean, this is an elimination game, and it's, you know, no guarantee the winner
Oh, no.
goes anywhere.
No.
Yeah,
But the loser
we
is
should
out.
mention those first rankings. We're taping on Monday. Those
Yeah.
first rankings come out Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, we'll have a little bit more about that later in the show. I'm gonna do my little prognostication.
Well, they gotta
No, you
rank.
need to
But
do
I
the
mean,
Nostradamus
best-
thing
best-
that you do.
But the best that we can do, Alabama is 14 and we're 16.
Oh no, you're not getting in this round
that's
by the
what I'm
committee.
saying.
It's early. This
No,
is the
no,
first
yeah,
one.
there's
It's
a
the
lot
first
of-
one.
I mean,
All right,
well,
look.
those first rankings, they're going to rank.
They're going to change up some too. I
They're
know.
going to rank
Yeah.
the presidential
You guys
candidate.
always, you're burying the lead. The lead is Alabama and LSU Saturday night. All right,
that's
we
okay.
talked about it. The key is this defense
Yeah.
defending a running quarterback better than they did against A&M, who was like a stick pole man.
Probably a better
Compa-
running quarterback.
Yeah,
too.
oh,
And you think Reed was good?
this guy's the Hulk.
You think Reed was good?
Yeah, he's the Hulk. We're talking
Let
Jalen
me tell you
Milroe.
something.
You know,
They
I
got
went
to
back
do
and
better.
I went back and looked it up. I've got it on here.
You're not going to open up the laptop, are you? Please don't. What?
Okay, but he rushed for. Actually, Jaden Daniels outrushed him last
did.
year. And Daniels didn't play the fourth quarter,
Yeah,
if you remember.
yeah.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had like 140-something yards
The
rushing.
thing that bothers me, Rick, is this what he does. On critical downs like third and fourth down, that's when he will hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps
Okay.
the drive alive. It's when you third and 8, third and 9, he will get that without throwing, Rick. That's what bothers me.
DC Blake Baker's the highest paid assistant in college football. He's smart enough to know that what? He's got to contain the edge at least first,
Rick,
right?
say what you said again. Say what you just said again.
You're the money man.
Say what you just
He
said
is
again.
the highest paid assistant in college football.
And
Blake
we
Baker.
was in College Station, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
All right, so is it right? It's contain the edges
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
leverage
yes,
the
contain.
edge.
But
if he
Rick,
beats you
this is
inside,
the thing that
that's
bothers,
gap assignment.
This is the thing that bothers me. This dude is not just an average quarterback. Rick, he turns into a running back. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
He
I hear
turns
what
into
you're
a running
saying. All
back, Rick, when he leaves the pocket, man.
What did Kelly say in his early week press conference regarding stopping Milroe? In short, in synopsis, what did he say?
Well, just, you know, he said they obviously worked on it a lot.
Thank you for
during
that.
the open day. And, you know, they won't have an excuse this time. They know this quarterback's going to run.
They know he's
it's
coming.
not like
They know
Alabama's
he's coming.
going to bring somebody off the bench
Yeah.
No.
like A&M did.
No.
I think a bigger key is LSU's got to get its running game.
Oh, no doubt.
A little
Oh,
bit.
no doubt.
You know
No doubt.
what?
No
My
doubt.
thing is, Scooter,
That's
and
a
I'm hoping
ripple
it
effect
happens.
of everything on
LSU
the
And they're
always-
missing a starting offensive lineman.
LSU always
Dellinger.
plays
Yeah.
better if they can keep Alabama behind the 8 ball. Make Alabama come and catch you. You understand what I'm saying, Rick? Don't play to catch Alabama. Play for Alabama to catch you.
I got a sneaking
And
suspicion.
that's how you gotta play
I have
with
a
this team,
sneaking
man.
suspicion. You're the
You have
defensive
to,
guy,
Rick.
all right?
You can't play to catch Alabama in this game.
I don't think you blitz a Milroe.
No, you better not.
You spying?
You
Oh,
spying.
you spying. You
You
just don't.
spying.
I don't
Got
think you
anybody
blitz.
Listen,
in
he'll
mind?
kill you.
Unless it's a
Perkins
big.
not there, baby.
Unless
No.
it's
Perkins
third
is
and
gone.
I don't know, 12
Perkins
or
is
14
gone.
passing situation. Then you might put a little pressure
Perkins
on.
would match up with this guy perfect. Rick, you know sometimes when you say there's good matchups
Yeah.
when you play different teams,
Yeah.
this was Perkins' game.
Braden Swinson could have a big effect though, without a blitz, having that number 4 off the edge.
I agree, Rick.
And bothering
I
him.
agree.
Can you play man-to-man where DB's got their back to him?
No.
Uh,
Good, because look, this is the thing. If he catch
He can throw the football.
If he catch you in man, but think about it, Rick. If he catch you in man, what is he going to do? You're not looking, he's gone.
Yeah.
Rick, if he's past the line of scrimmage, we're in trouble.
He can throw a great deep ball.
Oh,
I
he
don't know
can
if he is as accurate as
That's
a
on
Garrett
top of him running.
Nussmeier.
Hell, he can throw the ball, too, on top of him
He's
running,
a good,
Rick.
strong arm, but I don't know if he's as accurate as Garrett Nussmeier. I don't.
Accurate, I mean,
No, he's definitely
Nussmeier,
not.
okay.
Now, he throws the deep ball pretty good, but
good deep ball.
He's not near as
All right,
accurate.
so
on those
let's shift to
intermediate.
the offense. All right, the offensive line minus Dellinger, right?
Yeah.
All right, they should be in pretty good shape, though. This is still one of the top offensive lines in the country.
Yeah, but it hadn't been great against
hadn't
the
been-
run.
hadn't been good.
With the run, how do you do that? Do you just keep pounding?
I don't know. I would like to see them think a little bit differently, and I'm not an X and O guy enough, but maybe spread the field out a little bit instead of trying to box everybody in there.
Right.
Scooter makes sense of that because what it does, Rick, it gives your talent guys, put your guys in space. You don't want them guys run up in the line of scrimmage and just get bottled up and there's nothing there, Rick. Try to put them in space, Rick, to make Bama match up with their people.
The games that I saw with Alabama, Georgia in particular, there was one earlier than that, and then, of course, the loss to Vanderbilt. That secondary can be had. Am I right or wrong? That Alabama secondary can be had.
And LSU has the receivers. They have the quarterback. They'll have to protect him. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you.
LSU, Rick, I'm looking at this. LSU should not have a problem throwing at least 30 on them. At least 30 on them, Rick.
30 what?
Points.
Oh.
At least 30. Rick,
Will that be
you're
enough?
not going to beat Alabama unless you score 30-plus points. I'm telling you. You're not going to beat them unless you score 30-plus points.
Chris Hilton, College Station, first action, correct?
Yeah.
Is he 100%, and can he be the deep threat?
He didn't look like he was
Well,
100.
I'm playing against Texas A&M.
He didn't look like he was 100. He didn't, Rick.
I mean, if he can stretch the field.
I think he was there. I'm not sure the conditioning was there.
I mean,
okay,
against
that's fair.
A&M.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But they desperately
Get him
need
deep.
him.
Boy, they desperately
He
need
doesn't have to have a huge game.
No.
He's just got to run deep
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
make them
yeah.
follow.
All right. We're getting Thursday. I'm going to challenge you because I got a couple of names I want to throw. Thursday, show another TVTs quickly, though. Again, another instance where Brian Kelly is in a huge primetime game. This is it. You complain about his record against top 10
Rick,
teams. It's not sparkling.
Rick, you got to win this, Rick. If you win this, shame on you.
What do you mean?
If you
don't
don't
win
this,
it.
yeah, if you
At
don't win
home,
this, shame on you.
Must win. Playoffs
Shame
on the
on you
line.
if you don't
Did
win
he talk
this.
about that earlier in the week? Probably
$10
not.
million, Rick?
Nobody had
This
the
is where you
cojones
earn
to
your money
ask
at,
him.
Rick.
You in
This
the
is
money.
where you earn
We're
your
out of
money at.
time. We're out of time. We'll do that in Thursday's show.
Yes,
Be
indeed.
ready for that. We'll take a short pause. Round 3 of the show coming up. Stay ready.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
It is good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
Welcome back, citizens. It's you, it's us.
Yes,
and
it is.
This is SoundOff coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. We continually want to tell you about Bruise Brothers. We love Bruise Brothers. Next
Food's
door.
great.
Let me tell you something. A diverse menu. I'm talking top to bottom diverse. Gourmet sandwiches, poor boys, hamburgers, salads galore.
really
I think there's like a
good
10
The
different
A2
salads.
You've got to try the A2.
I ate
Gumbo.
here
It is
last-
good.
It was
I'm
excellent.
going to eat here again tonight.
Chicken and sausage
The
gumbo, I'm
A2
telling you.
is
Some
good,
diverse stuff on the menu, so you got to take a deep dive. And it's not going to break the budget either.
man.
The prices are good. Let me tell you,
I was
if you're
surprised.
hungry, you come to Bruise Brothers
A2
because they
is
lay out the
unbelievable.
food. They lay out the food for you. Is he sneaking a shot of the burger and fries? All right. All right. Right here at Horseshoe
Yes.
Lake Charles. All right, guys, let's get busy with the McNeese
Looks like a
Cowboys.
good burger. I hadn't had that yet.
Hey, now we're at 500, 5-5, 2 games remaining.
Yeah.
Romped over Texas A&M Commerce, 31-3. Before you start,
I'm not
I know.
saying nothing.
Commerce is the lower,
Yeah.
lower half of the league.
It's barely a
Not a
football
very,
team.
very
Yeah.
talented, deep team.
And
This was a good, solid win, though, across the
slow
board.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
But,
Cowboys.
Yeah. It was, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They won 31-3. This was a defensive win. You hold a team to no touchdowns. I don't know, like
You're right,
245 yards total. This was I put it on the defense, but also complementary because the offense got the running, third most highest rushing total in McNeese program history. 347 yards totally on the ground. So this was somewhat of a complementary.
There's some must-win games, and there's also what I call better not lose games. And that was a better not lose.
You're right.
And they romped in it. I don't know what else we wanted to do.
Well, you get the first snap right. You get the first snap of the game right.
Yeah.
A high snap, bad exchange between Six Killer and the running back, and it's a fumble, and Commerce has it. They get 3. That was like, whoa.
That was a bad
come
start.
on.
Yeah, it was.
And Gary Goff said that after. You just can't have that. You can't have that.
Rick, he knows that, Rick.
Everybody's hyped up.
I just hate that it's
It turns out you can have that against Texas A&M Commerce.
You can't have it, but you can have it. You're right about that.
I wonder if anybody's ever played 2 Texas A&Ms in the same season.
Good question. A lot of A&Ms over there in Texas.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, look. The combination, Kevin, of Joshawn Barbie and Bryce Strong, kind of similar backs, speedy guys, can run inside and out. Both of them near 120 yards rushing. Like I said, 347 total. Strong ripped off a 78-yarder that was a beauty. Barbie had a couple of 30-yard pops. These guys, again, against Commerce, but these guys have talent. They can do it. But again, you got to do it with consistency.
I want to see how they finish off with Lamar. That's going to be the deciding factor for
You're
me.
bypassing Northwestern State.
Come on now, do they have a football team?
It's a JV team.
Do they have a football team, Rick?
They're rebuilding. The Demons are rebuilding.
I like the way you say that.
Okay, they're rebuilding. I'm trying to be respectful.
Let me see how they finish off with Lamar.
You're right.
Okay.
Scooter, this was a must-win. They had to have it. It was homecoming. It was the first game for McNeese at home in 42 days.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
4 weeks, right.
All right. So, again, no Clifton McDowell. You got Cam Six Killer in there.
Yeah.
2 for 11. 11 passes, 2 completions, and 60 yards rushing. Okay, he wasn't dynamic.
It's like you expected more, though.
I kind of was.
11 for 11?
No, I don't mind the 11 passes because once they start popping the runs, why throw?
Yeah.
But I'd like to have seen 5, 6 out of 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had 2 bad interceptions. I'm not coming down on number 6. I'm not down on him. I'm just not as high as Gary Goff is. Gary Goff says this guy is improving. He will improve. He's the future at quarterback. Granted, he's a redshirt freshman.
Are we convinced of that? I'm not.
I'm sorry. He needs a lot more seasoning. He needs work.
I'm saving my comments.
He might need a lot more talent, too.
I'm saving my comments, Rick.
But what we did see in this game, and everybody there saw it, was a bit more athleticism running the football. He wasn't tripping over himself. He ran the ball the best he's ever run it. No, I mean on plan keepers or fakes or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean there is something there.
Would you consider him a dual threat quarterback?
No, heck no.
You just answered
and I
my
know
question.
That's what you want.
You
for
just
this
answered
team.
my question,
No,
Rick, okay?
no, clearly
you
he
just
is
answered my
not.
question.
Clearly
I know
he
we'll
is
get
not.
into it Thursday, but he faked the refs out pretty good. So.
He did. We're going to get into that. We'll get into that. Look, Goff was trying to take pressure off the young quarterback. Goff knows he needed to win this game. How do you take pressure off a young quarterback?
Yeah.
You run the football.
Yeah, right.
And they did. They limited his throws and they ran.
That's what you call.
Conveniently, you had a team you could run the football
And you had a team you could run
against.
against.
That's what you call manage the game
I
for
guess
him.
I'm just saving the streamers and confetti for a little stiffer competition.
Yeah, and, it's coming. Look, let me throw this out at you. All right, this is a 5-5 team. My third TV tease. Thursday show, McNeese 5-5. Open week this week, by the way.
Yeah.
Are they underachieving or overachieving at this point in the season, or are we staying now? That's for Thursday's show. But let me throw this out. Another TV tease from me. Gary Goff said after the game, and I agree with him, he's very proud of the character of this team. The character of the 3-game losing streak, going into this game at home. Think about that, 4 games on the road. You think last year's team, remember last year's team?
Yeah.
And the lack of leadership and the lack of a lot of things, you think they would have fought to 5-5? Kevin, you're a former player. Come on.
last year,
Come on.
Last year, Rick, you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
There was no tunnel. The tunnel had already caved in.
There was nothing, Rick.
The tunnel caved in.
Now, Rick, you see where you can play and you can win games. Yeah, that's some motivation there, Rick. You know, you want to do right. You want to try to get yourself together and be as good a player as you possibly can. But at the end of the day, Rick, can you imagine how better this team would have been if just some of the key elements on this team would have performed? Can you imagine?
I can't get past
Clifton McDowell.
Weber State 1 week, Houston Christian the next.
And that's
I'm
a key.
sorry.
Thursday show, save for that. Up
Yeah.
against the clock, delay a game penalty, more SoundOff coming back.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurb. When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for hanging with us, boys and girls. All right, Saints, Dennis Allen gone, right? 2.5 years, 18-25 overall. Some names that I kind of threw out that I want to throw out. We'll get into more on Thursday when we have more time. Brian Flores, Vikings defensive coordinator. I know he's a defensive guy. These are names that might be possible candidates. Ben Johnson. I don't think they have a shot to get Ben Johnson.
What?
OC for the Detroit Lions. And Bobby Slowick, the OC at the Houston Texans. Those three names right there. And everybody's going to be talking about possibly the craziness of Bill Belichick. He's still out there. There's no way in hell Belichick is coming to coach the New Orleans Saints.
Bill's
No way.
not going to deal with what the Saints.
No.
He's not going to deal with that.
More on that on Thursday, but I just
not
want to
gonna
throw
deal with
that's Sarah and my
not gonna
opinions
deal
on
with
that.
that
All right,
at
show
all.
production was before the McNeese Cowboy basketball team's opener at South Dakota State.
Yeah.
They were going to play Tuesday afternoon. Look, this is a team that's continually getting more attention. Mid-major poll, College Insider, top 10 mid-major. Dick Vitale gave him a shout in his preseason as one of the mid-majors to look
good,
for.
Okay? You know you're good.
30-4 conference record,
and
getting
I'm
to the
telling
NCAA.
You know,
Yep.
I don't think they can reproduce that 30-4 record.
No.
But I think they can be even a better
They'll be
team.
a better
I think
team.
so, Scooter. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at when you look at the Southern Conference guys, I mean, how do you think some of the coaches feel? I mean, just just think. I mean, having to know that McNeese, everybody's playing for
You're
second.
throwing
I keep saying
as you guys that are a heck of a lot.
They feel, man?
You guys are a heck of a lot hipper than I am. You're throwing a lot of shade, is it, on the Southland? I think they're going to get pushed a few times in the Southland. Yeah. Yeah.
You will.
Yes,
You're gonna
Corpus
have one of-
Christi,
you're gonna have-
Southeastern, Stephen F.
Whatever,
Austin. Yeah.
whatever.
You're going to have
whatever.
one of those nights. Sure.
Yeah. They'll get pushed.
Scooter, on a bad night, with what I seen on that court with McNeese, I don't think they can lose on a bad night.
Will Wade said last week, Jerome Brewer, remember the big transfer out of Commerce? Ankle might be out 6 to 8 weeks, may end up redshirting.
You got
He's still
the big
got a
guy
lot
from
of
UL.
I know. I'm just saying, Mike Saunders and Tijon Brown, they are going to redshirt. They're getting caught up in minutes played. So he's 10 deep now. He knows he's 10 deep. I'm talking about Will Wade. So early, we weren't around for the show production, but
I think you're knee deep.
I am here. That's Gidry, Hobbs, and Sarah. We're coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook on
always.
CBS Lake Charles. This is SoundOff. We'll see you next time.